Father Taylor here. It's Friday the 4th, and I can't tell whether it's going to be sunny or cloudy, but I know this weekend, let's just say it's going to be lovely, lovely weather coming up this weekend. So here's your eBlast for Friday the 4th of June. First of all, you must know by now the bishop is coming this weekend, and he will be attending both of our services. So we can have almost unlimited amounts of people at our 8:30 service. And so I would encourage you to do that. It's very kid friendly. We have a kids activities. Amanda's doing a kids thing. We got a tent over there for kids. It's great for kids. So if you don't have kids, do me a favor and send a text to somebody who does, and say, hey, can we meet you at church? We'd love to see you. Haven't seen you since COVID. At 8:30, we have a kids thing. So come on down. So 8:30, almost unlimited seating. I don't think you have to pre-register anymore because we're doing communion in a new way starting this week. So we practiced last week, but it's a little bit different. So anyway, 8:30, you got the bishop. And you really has to be done in an hour. So that's 8:30 to 9:30, basically. Following that service, we will jump over in 9:45. We have indoor service. Currently for this week, and it's changing week to week, but for this week, we're requiring masks and distancing indoors with the communion. And so that'll be coming up this week. If you're getting this on Friday afternoon, if you want to get there, you're going to have to hustle, or maybe you're going to have to give Carol a bribe because we are just about booked up. We have most of our seats are taken for the 9:45, but you never know. Give a call to the office if you want to get in. Maybe she can squeeze you in somewhere. So that's coming up at 9:45, the bishop. Immediately following the bishop's back-to-back services, he's going to meet with the vestry in our lovely under the tree office in the edge of the driveway. So he'll be meeting with the vestry immediately following, vestry and staff. And so we just we're looking forward to that. Here are some other things that you may or may not know about coming up. One, we have more music outdoors coming up. Now, maybe you say outdoor music, Tedeschi Trucks Band, like who's coming? Well, Paula is cooking up another round of kind of choir version hymns. So, and anybody can come to that. And the contemporary group is talking about a time in a couple of weeks in June that they're going to bring the contemporary music out for another kind of outdoor get together. So just imagine it's an outdoor get together with music. It's going to be great. Also coming, which nobody knows about except for me, I guess, and the Holy Spirit, is I've a friend of mine who I meet with weekly leads retreats around all over the place, including Wisdom House, among places you may know. One of the things that he does and does well, really, is a retreat, which originally was called Getting to Know the Holy Spirit. So in church, we've been talking more and more. I've been talking more and more about the role of the Holy Spirit, which is the Holy Spirit is who makes Jesus present to us. It is the function of God's personal presence, the Holy Spirit, that takes us from, I read some things that I believe, to I've experienced God in my life. I was never big on church as a kid, stopped going when I was 13. And I just couldn't see the point of it. It wasn't music that I sung on a weekend. And I wasn't sure what was going on with some of this other stuff that people seem to be somewhat excited about. It wasn't for me. What I didn't know was that God wanted to get to know me and to be in my life in a very personal way. And that changes everything. And that's the role of the Holy Spirit. So we've been preaching about that because it's appearing in our readings. And I'm going to be holding a variety of events, I believe. We're talking about an evening event where we can come together and have some music. And he's going to do a teaching and invite us into being reacquainted with or getting to know again the Holy Spirit, or getting to know the Holy Spirit for the first time of that experience. And we're talking about also extending that to one of those mini retreats. So like a Saturday from 8 to 11:30 in the morning, just to give us a little more time to do with that. If you want to talk about how does a church get going again, It's not about programs. It's about connecting with God, and it's about the presence of the Holy Spirit. If you haven't experienced that before, I just really want to commend to you. You want to think about when I come up with these dates, you want to think about, I should go to this just to see what, if there really is more. I want you to come and find out that there really is. And if it's been a long time ago, oh yes, I met the Lord. I really had that experience. I felt my whole life was filled by the Holy Spirit way back when. It's today. You can't, it's not a historical moment, it's today. So we'd like everybody to come, bring friends, and be connected to God through this opportunity to become reacquainted or to meet for the first time the Holy Spirit of God in your experience. So music events coming up. We've got, like the Holy Spirit stuff coming up. Church is continuing to evolve. Just for those of you who keep wondering, why do they still have masks on? Well, in our town this week, I know of two families where children, age 5, got diagnosed with COVID this past week, and 2 of the parents on one family and one on the other. And so this thing hasn't gone away, and so we're being cautious because you have church friends who are wondering about coming back to church, but because they have issues like they're going through chemotherapy or they have immune deficiency, they are wondering, is it going to be safe to go to church? And so we're trying to make that safe for them. At some point, we're all going to go. We're going to take the masks off. You know that's coming. But for right now, we're still being cautious. After the week the bishop comes, my guess is we'll begin to take another look at it. So anyway, so we're continuing to come. Call somebody. If you haven't spoken to one of your friends from church for a while, call them up and just say, hey, it's so exciting that we can get out and about. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a year. There are people who have been integral members of our church that you have not seen for a while. And you should say, wow, I used to see them every week at church, but I haven't seen them for over a year. God has given us a particular spiritual gift that will enable you to make a connection with them. And here's what you do. It's called your phone. Just pick up the phone and call them. Surprise them out of the blue. Leave a message. Do something. But call somebody. Call somebody up that you haven't seen for a while and just see how they're doing. And tell them you miss them and looking forward to seeing them again. Okay, I think that's all I have. Undoubtedly, I'm going to hang up. Carol's going to say you forgot the 3 most important things. But let's go for now. And hopefully I'll see you this weekend at 8:30 or 9:45. Okay, so bye for now.